One-foot-flipper.
Hello, Paige here, the 1 foot flipper. We are down in my basement. We're going to go through a few sales I've had in the last couple days. This isn't a whole weekend like some people do because it's just Sunday morning. I've sold too much to do a Monday morning video. There's already too much to show. We'll get into the title of the video here in a minute. I'm just going to go through the things kind of in the order they are on my phone, what I've sold. And I'd like to again thank all my new subscribers. I'll be doing a giveaway here after I list the items. To win the giveaway, you've got to be a subscriber and you have to like the video. And otherwise, to enter, all you have to do is make a comment. Okay, let's go into the first thing that I sold. Jurassic Park sealed, $6.99 plus shipping. That came from a VHS lot, a sealed VHS lot that just paid for itself right before that, so that's all profit minus fees. We've got a lime green and blue Furby. It's partially working. You might see this. You might see me buy this in another video. I don't think I paid more, somewhere between $1 and $3 for it. Sold $45 going international. When I listed this, I used the eBay video feature to show exactly what this Furby did or didn't do, and I think that really helped it sell. All right. Next thing I sold is 11 Magic the Gathering card binders. They're kind of wrapped up here in plastic because I had them in 2 lots. Sold these for a total of $72. These were not a flip. These were a personal item because I used to have a huge Magic the Gathering collection. And every time a used binder would show up at the hobby shop for $5, I'd buy it. So I had tons of them. So even though it wasn't actually a flip, I still did make a little. Since there's 11 of them, I had 55 in it. Sold for $72. So after fees, at least, I still broke even on them, even though they weren't really bought for resale. We have an album. I only recently started selling records here. Electric Light Orchestra, Greatest Hits, sold for $12.99. The very first day I started listing records, it paid for all of the records I bought because I spent $30 on a box of records and I had more than $30 in sales the first day. Alright, what else do we got? To find that and come back. Right, gotta move the camera here. I sold $100 worth of Christmas ornaments in the last day. I have large quantities of these ornaments that you can write names on or that have names already printed on them. They tend to sell between $4 and $7 depending on the ornament. And these just keep selling. It's the power of having quantity. And I have thousands of these. I have about $1,500 invested in them. I'd have to actually go through it to see if I've actually turned a profit on those yet. If I haven't, I've got to be very close. And I have enough of those to sell for 10 years, at least. All right, the next thing up is gaming stuff. Flames of War, Stützpunkt nests. 2 of them. This is Flames of War is a 20th century war game with little miniatures that a lot of people are into. I've never played it. I think these are Nazi German guys. Can't say that. I think these are German guys. And these sold for $59.99 each plus shipping. All right. Remember I mentioned before how I keep finding the skateboards and sporting equipment? Metallica skateboard. Metallica skateboard full of stickers, very well worn. I paid $3 for this. It's been up for a while. It was one of those impossible to price items, so I started it at $100. I was down to $70. Somebody sent me a $35 offer yesterday, and I thought, you know what? Why not? It's the middle of winter. It's probably not going to sell till spring otherwise. Taking up a lot of space, and I only paid $3 for it. So Made 32 on that. More records. Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick. These are cheaper records for the most part. They only sold for $3 to $5 each, but people are buying multiples. Bachman-Turner Overdrive, another Bachman-Turner Overdrive, a third Bachman-Turner Overdrive, and Seals and Croft, Summer Breeze. Makes me feel fine. I think it's that Summer Breeze. Maybe it's a different one. We have a role-playing game book, Star Wars Ultimate Accessories, sold for $29.99. This came from a lot, a gaming purchase lot that long paid for itself, so we're all in the profit on this item. Next thing we have here is Mario Kart curtains. Gonna have to, these were all nicely folded up, but now I'm gonna have to open them up a little bit so you can see something. See, these have Mario on them, perfect for young boy's bedroom or an older boy's bedroom who never grew up, gaming room, or whatever you want to put them. Those sold for $12.14 plus shipping. Next we have a puzzle block party. Now, before this sold, same day it sold, I got a message from a different eBay member than the one who bought it, saying they were worried that all the pieces weren't going to be there. That you should block anyone who asks that question about used puzzles, because nobody counts used puzzle pieces. It's not worth counting. Most used puzzles that you sell are going to go to collectors who are never going to build them. And even if you count the pieces, you can't be sure that it's right, because 1,000-piece puzzles rarely have 1,000 pieces. There's 6 or 8 different common number that they have, and it's usually not 1,000. Oh, where is that hiding? Next thing we got, normally I don't show cards, but this one's a viewer sale. It's a Pokemon Cyndaquil card. This is my second viewer sale ever. We'll get into the first one later. This is bought by viewer Justin. It sold for $5.63 plus 79-cent shipping, and all my Pokemon cards have paid for themselves a long time ago, so we're completely in the black on those. Okay, the next thing we're going to come up with, we're going to get into the story of how Troy Mountain Man Treasures saved my eBay business. And how he saved my eBay business was, he saved my eBay business from losing money. I accidentally listed this Star Trek VI Undiscovered Country sealed VHS for $4.99 free shipping. As I've said in my other videos, I don't do free shipping. I picked the wrong thing in the bulk editor apparently, and I made this free shipping. Troy bought it, but Troy Mountain Man Treasures is such a prince that he also bought this big VHS lot of Star Trek 1 through 5 that was charging shipping. So I can ship them together and not lose, and not just give that other video away because Troy paid shipping on the other one. So he saved my eBay business from giving a video away for free, because that's what happens when you sell a VHS tape for $4.99 shipped. I know, the title was clickbait, but isn't that part of doing YouTube, is coming up with clickbait titles? Okay. This is not a complete risk game. This is just a box, a nice box and a board from the 1980 version. I think this was incomplete, and thus I parted it, but somebody wanted a box and a board that was nicer for theirs, and they bought it $5.39. I probably had $1 into it. And now we have game parts, more game parts. Game parts can be money. This is a counter sheet from the Hero Quest game, or one of the accessories. This sold for $12.99 plus shipping for this tiny little thing. Whenever I list things like that, I always encourage somebody, please buy something else with it so you're not paying $5 just to ship that piece of cardboard. But the people never do. They always just buy the one thing by itself. It's very hard to get people to purchase more than one thing. You see it all the time in people's videos, but that's mostly because it's their followers. I don't really have a lot of followers yet, or at least not ones that buy things, so I don't encounter that. I only get people buying completely unrelated items from me in the same transaction, maybe once or twice a year. The next thing we got, a tabletop gaming thing, Dust Tactics Allies deck. This is cards for a war game, and it sold for $16.19. It's from a lot that paid for itself a long time ago. Now we're into the toy area. This is kind of rolled up, but this is some Stomper Devil Mountain track sections, sold for $10. That was a Goodwill Bins thing, so it probably cost me pennies. More sealed VHS, Raiders of the Lost Ark, $6.99 plus shipping. Okay, I think that is all the purchases that I really wanted to look at. So now it is time for the giveaway. I'm going to give away, to celebrate my 1,000 subscribers, this graphic novel, Watchmen. This is one of the greatest superhero stories ever. It is more realistic than most superhero stories. It delves deeply into the personal lives and what having powers might actually do to people, and how heroes might not be great people after all. If you want this, all you need to do is make sure you're subscribed and comment, and I'll use one of those random web selectors to pick a winner, and I'll post it in my next video, and then you can get in contact with me and I'll mail it out to you. Okay, I guess that is everything I have for sale here. We'll take a little tour around the basement. Another tour because Isaac, friend of the channel, he came over Friday and we spent 5 hours getting this basement area more functional, both so I could film down here and so I could access my inventory better and know what I even have. Okay, we're going to take another look at my basement. We saw it in another video, but it's completely changed since then. A friend of the channel, Isaac, came over Friday, and he helped me for 5.5 hours to get this more organized and less chaotic. It was mostly him doing all the work while I told him what to do, because previously I could barely move down here. I certainly couldn't roll the wheelchair around and move boxes easily or anything like that. This is the bar and filming area mostly. Not a lot of inventory here. Other than this bathroom, which is clogged with sporting equipment. Can't actually get to the bathroom. We'll backing up in the wheelchair. Woo! This over here in this corner is where I'm going to start taking pictures now. I used to photograph everything upstairs and then bring it down to file it. But now I'm going to start just taking my pictures, take the pictures of the item. The last 2 pictures will be the item on the scale and then the picture of the bin that the item went to. And then after I take all my pictures of the day, then I'll go upstairs and list. See, we've got an arcade game. There used to be about 25 arcade games down here. That used to be the entire basement, because that was my big hobby back in the old days, but I don't enjoy it anymore because I can't stand up for long periods of time without hurting, and I was always more into repairing them than I was into actually playing them. And we've got rows of shelves with inventory. One of the big things Isaac helped me do is to get, for the most part, everything listed is on the shelves. And this center is almost all death pile. Although at the buried way in the back there is the multi-stock of multi-quantity items, of which I have hundreds or even thousands. You have boxes of tanks. Over here, a few spare supplies, labels. It's Kathy time. Oh wait, that's not me, that's someone else. I also have tons of Stampin' Up! And wooden stamps, but they don't really seem to sell for me. I've stopped trying to sell them one by one and started just making big heavy boxes full of them. And I still have yet to sell one of those big heavy boxes. I've got to figure out what the real price point is for those things in bulk, because right now they're not moving for me, but I also don't have much money invested in them. I think I've gone on long enough. I was gonna add some garage sale footage to this video, but I'll just have to make that the next video. Thanks to everybody for watching. Remember, if you want to win that prize, I know it's not a big one, but YouTube also isn't paying me yet, so go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.